allow the two children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people wey dey spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one na dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Can he dey touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be dey holla say dem want the power. Chai, dem be promise us say we go get light and power. Dem hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they no dey do anything with the power. Every day dollar just dey get the higher power over naira. Still dem talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no wan make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun diary, diary politico.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùnra
Maiyegun ti dé.
bíjó ìgbádìyẹ
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùnra
Maiyegun ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùnra
Maiyegun ti dé.
Hello there. Welcome back to so many of you, and a good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and a very good evening to you as well. If you are joining us for the first time today, this is Maiyegun live, and you know what to do. After reading the caption of the broadcast, read the description of the broadcast as well. It's quite brief tonight. It's not really a long one. Then for those of you who know the tradition very well, after that, you should like it. And if possible for you, copy the link of the video and share it. So your friends and your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun is live. It's back. So this is just going to be a closing update on what happened today. Like I did this afternoon, right? We should always remember today, the 20th of October. Every 20th of October should be remembered as the day that the APC, a Bekegbe-led government in Nigeria, ordered their soldiers to shoot at armless, peaceful Nigerians protesting and demanding for an end to police brutality in Nigeria. Rather than end the police brutality, they unleashed even heavier force on them. Hundreds of them were slaughtered. At the end of the day, right, justice continued to be denied. So 50 years running, those who perpetrated that massacre against Nigerians, some of them are now, they are still in power, while they are walking free, no prosecution, no investigation, no nothing. Nigeria. So in that same breath, this period also marked over 10 years since the APC, Ebekebe, launched their state-coordinated, state-sponsored terrorist attack against the Igbos due to Nnamdi Kanu's advocacy for Biafra. And since then, it's been, injustice after injustice, disobedience of court order after disobedience of court order. And they seem to probably have taken the control of the issue in their mind until now, when other Nigerians have seen through their entire lies and charade, and they are demanding for the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria is a place where terrorists are jailed. Terrorists are paid while activists are jailed. It is Nigeria where you have the government spend a huge amount of money on defense for security, and yet the more they spend on security, the more insecurity, increases. And they also live in denial as well. So they have kept Nnamdi Kanu and many others in illegal detention that prompted today's protest. And as usual, the Nigerian government, they quickly got, probably scared enough that they militarized the entire Abuja, blocked roads, shot some other parks and all these places. And they started shooting like war-ready kind of situation. So in the process, they arrested some of the protesters, including the one of the lawyers to Nnamdi Kanu. That is Aloy Jimako, as well as a brother of Maazi himself, were both arrested at the beginning of the protest. But the protest went on because people defied all the threats. They regrouped in different places, and they still got the message home. So tonight, we are going to have a recap or should I say a roundup, and then bear it in mind what is going to be next. You get to know that obviously on the program. So as you are joining us, please remember, it's the simplest thing to do, I promise you. Take a moment, like the broadcast, and you can do everything you can do the you want to do throughout the next hour or two. And if time permits us as well tonight, we will take calls because there should be reactions, especially from those of us who have been following this development. So from where we stopped this afternoon is where we're going to continue this hour, and that is the needless violent attack on the protesters. You see, Onofunuga, which is the spokesperson for Tinubu, immediately went on his own Twitter, by the way, X, to go and advocate for, the sanction against Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. We are going to get to that. But for those who didn't join us earlier today, this should be your own recap. How the Nigerian police attempted to kill peaceful protesters again. And afterward, went on TV to deny it all. So the first part, when they were shooting protesters.
They are shooting tear gas. They are shooting tear gas. Cowards. Bastards. They are shooting tear gas. Cowards. Cowards. That's the worst they can do. That's the worst they can do. Tear gas. Kill us. They are shooting tear gas. That's the worst they can do. These are cowards. These are cowards. Gas now water. Tear gas now skincare. The Nigerian government needs to be aware that the citizens are no longer scared. They are now aware of our rights, and we will exercise it to the fullest. We cannot be intimidated. We cannot be silenced. We are saying today, October 20, 2025, free Nnamdi Kanu. If you can hold meetings with bandits and so as should be for kidnappers and killers, why are you holding on to Nnamdi Kanu? When do I want to use the brokers too? Tinubu! What are you doing? No retreat, no surrender. We are not stopping. The goal is a surrender. We are going there as citizens, not as terrorists. Well, my brother. We are going there to tell the president our mind, and that is to free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu. So the outside guys, the outside for the free Nnamdi Kanu protest. Yes, we have rights to defend. We have rights to protest. We cannot allow them to silence our voices. Dissenting voices are allowed.
Look at them. Police are shooting us. Oh. Look at them. Useless people. They are shooting us. Look at them. They have started again. This Nigerian police. Look at this. Nigerian police. Senate President. National Assembly. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. We need freedom. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. There they come. They are shooting again. Gonna run, oh. Where they go begin shoot live. Useless police.
I say, let's see, we put ground. Eh? Free Nnamdi Kanu. You don't be bandit.
Hey, Havana. Kanu now. Yes, so. for the camera.
Yes, so. Free Nnamdi Kanu now.
Free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu. My brother, free Nnamdi Kanu. Let's go.
Free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu.
My brother, free
Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu.
Free Nnamdi Kanu.
Free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu.
No.
They cannot break us. They follow us. These people, the next thing where they go do now, now to begin shoot live bullets. They shot me on my thighs already. I'm injured. You don't injured? Yes, now. I'm injured. Look at my leg. I'm injured. Look at what they did to my leg. Look at my leg. Hey, sorry.
Now what happened? Not tear gas?
Yes.
What?
Not tear gas.
Now wow.
Look at what they did to my leg.
What? Free Nnamdi Kanu, we there.
They got to make Yemi Adamolekun. They pay Yemi Adamolekun.
Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu was my coordinator JSM chapter, but his time has expired. So Nnamdi Kanu needs to be free. Free Nnamdi Kanu right now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Who again? Free Nnamdi Kanu now.
Let's say that they did Apo. They're not there again though. They did. Oh mama, I be thinking we get together with themselves.
Free Nnamdi Kanu, and let us actually focus on something else. Do you get what I mean now? Free Nnamdi Kanu, because Nigeria is already enmeshed in serious monumental crisis, right? That keeping Nnamdi Kanu the way they have done and what they are actually like pulling, it's never going to make it easier for APC, that contraption, especially when things are already getting to the boiling point, that you see all those people that you are seeing now mentioning Nnamdi Kanu, right? Publicly screaming his name, free him now, release him. There are those, you know what I mean? Like there are those who, before now, they won't say that in public, simply because people have been so gaslighted. But now they are seeing the true picture of the criminals who are telling them that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, unable to prosecute him, disobeying court order, but at the same time, making the news headlines every day of how they are having peace meeting with terrorists. So all these are no longer making sense. So the good thing about it is that, right, a lot, I mean, millions more are going to be screaming the name of Nnamdi Kanu. And every day from now on, every day they are keeping him. This is no longer about IPOB or being an Igbo and what have you anymore. So it has now gone mainstream. Going mainstream simply means they are going to add Nnamdi Kanu to other frustrations that Nigerians have been subjected to under the APC. The fact that they are now realizing that they can't protest. In a democracy, right? You can't protest under APC, except the gatherings that they sanction themselves. They don't. And they are still very much kind of like lucky, because Nigerians don't have that full kind of like a knowledge of protest, especially this day and time in the modern day protests, when you are dealing with dictators like that, tyrants like that, lawless group of people like that, you have to get yourself so prepared. What do I mean by that? You get what is called the protest gears. And they are getting there, by the way. Protest gears include having the gas mask. Yeah, having the gas mask, right? Enough people, it doesn't have to be everybody. Or other alternatives of reducing the effect of their canisters. But the most, the most potent sort of like approach is when the number is massive. So it wasn't just in Nigeria today. There were those who did their own solo protest outside Nigeria. There are those who also did their own small group protest to raise awareness. Nobody will do a worldwide protest, free this person, or a terrorist. No. And when the government, the criminal government sponsoring insecurity in that contraption for their own political advantage or for their own political gain, because it is in chaos that APC, Egbekegbe, seems to derive their power. In chaos. That's why they unleashed terrorism on Nigeria to gain power. They gained power, they couldn't end it. Rather, they decided to weaponize it by monetizing it, industrializing terrorism in Nigeria, where terrorists are being pardoned, activists are being jailed. So the message is all over the place. It's not just in Nigeria. This was in Toronto, I believe, in Canada, today as well, this morning.
We want it.
Now.
Nigeria, free Nnamdi Kanu now.
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 What do we want now?
Free Nnamdi Kanu now.
What do we want now?
Free Nnamdi Kanu now.
What do we want now?
Free Nnamdi
What
Kanu
do we
now.
want from Nigeria?
Free Nnamdi Kanu
What do
now.
we want from Nigeria?
Free Nnamdi Kanu now.
No one will associate with terrorism in the countries that some of us reside in the world. The criminals in Nigeria that are pampering terrorists, persecuting activists, believes in their own rhetoric. They believe in their own sort of like their own theory. But the rest of the world doesn't. And that is why they have to release him. It's like they have overplayed their hands. Because you didn't get the results you wanted from your own court. You decided that, you know what, no, we are going to retry it again. That's the problem. And that's exactly what this person had to remind the supposed, I believe, employees of Nigerian embassy in New York. It's the same message. You can't continue to call this one prosecution. It's no longer prosecution. It is a pure persecution. And in fact, Nigerian government and their agents have committed serious, heinous crime in their efforts to try to legitimize this terrorism they brought upon Nigeria. So if they are investigated, if Nigerian government and their agents are investigated, you realize that hordes of them would actually end up either in jail or they will be waiting for the young man's news for what they have done if they are investigated. And somebody needs to keep reminding the world in this manner.
For our constituency, which we belong, because power belongs to the people. Ahmed Bola Asiwaju, you are our president by election, if that is actually the case. But I know that the election and the electoral system in Nigeria is also rigged. So we want to send a clear message to you.
Yes.
That we, concerned Nigerians, are awake and are alive to our responsibility. To speak truth to power. You are a criminal president. You are a criminal president, and it's been confirmed by the United States of America. So if you still have an iota of dignity, set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, free. What do you want? Freedom. For Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What do you want? Freedom. For Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What do you want it? Now. Freedom.
Nnamdi Kanu.
When?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do you want it?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do you want it?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do you want it?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do you want it?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do you want it?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do you want it?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do you want it?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do you want it?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do you want it?
Now.
As what you got, give freedom to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now he is a prisoner of conscience. He has not killed anybody. He was only exercising his civic duty, which was freedom of expression and freedom of speech. He has not been indicted in any court of law in the whole world of any crime of terrorism. He's never killed anybody. He's been in a competent court of jurisdiction in Nigeria where you extrajudicially rendition him. He appeared in the same court, and the same court and allowed him to go, gave him freedom. But you, evil Nigerian government, have continued to hold him captive. When do we want freedom for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? When do we want it?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do we want it?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do we want it?
Now.
Freedom for?
Nnamdi Kanu.
When do you want it?
Now.
Thank you. So everyone is doing his own bit to at least add their own voice and continue to scream his name out there. Do you get what I mean now? It's like saying it into the space, and it continues to echo. It will continue to echo there. To the point that on Ofunuga in their asshole rock, where they were all kind of like a caged in, despite sending soldiers all over the city, all the parks and all these places, guiding them to ensure that these protesters, that they have no idea how big or how small they're going to be. They had no clue, and they didn't want to actually allow them to actually group anywhere, okay? Despite them being fenced in kilometers and kilometers away, inside the asshole rock, they still got the grip. They got the message. They were monitoring the whole process. That Onofunuga went on Twitter, word for word, right? He tweeted this, said, I spotted a lawyer Jimako, one of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, among the small group of protesters. He used the word, that description of a small group. Mobilized in Abuja by Omoyele Sowore. I wonder what Mr. Ejimako was thinking when he decided to join this shambolic protest. As a lawyer, he should be aware of the principle of a sub judice, particularly in relation to the ongoing treason case before the court. Treason, so it's no longer, it is no longer terrorism. Here you hear, the advisor to Tinubu called the charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He called it treason. Meanwhile, the treason was what Bukwari charged him for. All right, and Bukwari was defeated in his own courts in Nigeria, and he refused to obey the court. Now they are charging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for terrorism. You understand? But the advisor to Tinubu said he is standing charges for treason because there is actually no real case. All of them mumbo jumbo cooked together, and they don't have any intention of proving anything per se in their courts. It's just, the same game. They try it, and if they don't get the same answer, then they will retry him again. That's not justice. That is not how it works. It's like somebody who got charged for murder, right? And then the court says, you are hereby discharged and acquitted. Simply because they couldn't prove it, and also, right, under technicalities or anything, you have been discharged. All right, they can't charge you again in that same charges. So that's what these criminals are doing. They are like, you know what? Let's change it, and we can try it again, maybe for another 3 years or another 4 years again, until it is convenient for them. So he said the prosecution has concluded this case, and it is now incumbent upon Mr. Ejimako and the other lawyers to mount a strong defense for Kanu, which they will do. And their defense is that the court has no jurisdiction to try him. It's the same process. You get me now? So it's now going to be left if they will allow the judiciary to do their own job, which they won't. So Onofunuga probably felt like, you know what, we have had someone we can use as a scapegoat. So while the protesters were regrouping, regathering, and they are being shot at, they are regrouping there, they are being shot at, right? So at the point, Omoyele Sowore got the wind of where they have taken Ejimako and others. So first, the younger protesters that were also arrested in Abuja came out a few hours later to say, oh, they've been released, but what did they do to them when they took them inside their station? Now watch this.
All right, my people, today we're going to protest for free Nnamdi Kanu, and the Nigerian police, they arrest us. See all these guys waiting here, that the protesters, where we say they come and second, do protest for free Nnamdi Kanu. They arrest us, they beat all of us, not small thing, you understand? Look at my back here. They even shot me here, you understand? They shot me. But by the grace of God, they don't release us. So everybody, they go to their papa house now. This is to show you all that the level of injustice, the level of intimidation given to us by the Nigerian police is really getting out of hand. You understand? People will be saying, yes, they came out to do protests. On a peaceful protest. Just a peaceful protest. The Nigerian police, they carry armor. They say they won't go fight Boko Haram.
They don't carry any arm.
They carry all these, their long vehicles. Like I said, they don't go fight terrorists. They arrest us, they beat us. You understand? Alpha bro.
So they assaulted them. They beat them up. And I have seen some of you are already making jokes about when Omoyele Sowore and other protesters had to actually disperse when these criminals were shooting at them. It's very convenient for you to laugh. But do you know something that you should be reminded of? The shege that is available in Nigeria today is in such abundance that now everybody go collect. Everybody. The only way people can live the life of normal humans is when you are able to put in place a system that treats you or that will treat you like humans. These ones are treating you like animals. And in their world, you are just numbers, statistics, not humans that deserves all the dignity, the respect, the protection that I believe are provided for you inside your own constitution. So they are abusing all of that. And they believe that, well, what's anybody going to do? The world is not going to come and do anything. I hope you remember that, right? The world. Why is the world not talking? Why is no, they are not going to talk. In fact, if they by any chance actually talk and mean it, they will then have to manipulate you, all right, in order to get their own, what they call their own agenda passed through. Do you have an idea? Because if the external factor is actually interested in regime change in Nigeria, Nigerians are already so due for that revolution that a lot of people are just waiting for, okay, maybe even when it is organic, when it is, you know what I mean? But if the external factor indeed are interested, this will escalate very soon. When it escalates, well, that will be a different conversation. by the way. So APC, they are taking the people for granted. And I don't think it's going to be for long anymore. It won't be.
Today will be different, and that nobody can stop this spirit that has now been awoken. Yes. And this is to ensure that we bring our brother home. When we went to transport, they tear gassed us, we relocated to Tako. They tear gassed us, we relocated to Apple. Apple has the biggest so far. And that is to show to you that very soon this will get out of hand if they don't do something about releasing Nnamdi Kanu. We are not threatening violence. We are just saying that in this country we all deserve a right to be citizens if you want us to be citizens in this country. If you don't want Nigerians to be citizens in their country, let those people who want to go.
Nigerians are tired. The struggle we have in the streets today is beyond ethnicity, beyond religious beliefs, beyond every form of segregation that has kept us disunited before today. We're all united with one voice asking for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And because it is now being as if the authorities take us for granted, and we have been cheated for way too long. On this basis, we are resolute. This is the 4th or 5th locations we have stomped this morning, from morning till this point. And they are coming. They are coming already. They are coming again.
That was it. For you to understand what happened today, okay? The planned meeting point for everyone was supposed to be that unity fountain, a very kind of like a massive park where they were meant to start the procession and the move. So what did Nigeria do? They mounted the entire place. That means they hijacked the entire place, mounted it with like tens of soldiers armed to the teeth, including police. But they brought out armor tank, like they want to go and fight war with armless protesters. Then they now sent other, they now sent other kind of like a team whose job was to continue to shoot at any gathering, any group of gathering, anywhere, right? They should shoot at them. So after shooting at them at Unity Fountain, they moved to Utako, regrouped. While they are about to move, and others have, still kind of like scattered everywhere, these guys showed up again and started firing and shooting at them again. So they scattered and they moved again to Apple. And that was how they are moving to about different 5 places that made up all the videos you have seen so far. So in case if they tell you that the number is not this, no. You have no idea. It would have been the most massive, entire kind of like a shakedown of the system in Abuja today. But that's why Showore said, the message has been sent. They will go back to their superiors and tell them what they tried to prevent. However, if they continue to hold Nnamdi Kanu, when the people are going to show up again, they will show up in the way that these criminals will be overwhelmed in themselves. And that is the point where these things shouldn't get out of hand, though. But it is Nigeria. And the APC have gotten away with a lot for so long that they don't care. From China, there is also a call for the people in authority in Nigeria to release Nnamdi Kanu. It is a very simple, peaceful request. They do not have the credibility to keeping him. They have lost every right to prosecute him. So the honorable thing to do is to cut their losses, cover their shame, manage their shame, and let Nnamdi Kanu go. Here, from China.
Injustice. We don't need injustice in Nigeria anymore. Be you who, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, we don't need injustice anymore in Nigeria. This is a peaceful demonstration
from China. Today, 20th October 2025. We are here to say to the Nigerian government that we don't need injustice anymore. Enough is enough. Let them free Nnamdi Kanu. Let the man go and see his family. He's fighting for justice. He's not fighting for only Biafra. He's fighting for the whole Nigeria. All the youth in Nigeria to rise up. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Justice Nnamdi Kanu. Yes. Justice must be done. We move. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Yes.
Simple, right? But in Nigeria, when they took Aloy Jimako, I bet there are possible several phone calls going on behind the scene to ensure that he is in fact charged for God knows what. Because he has been very much outspoken since this case of persecuting Nnamdi Kanu, especially when they extraordinarily renditioned him from Kenya. So a lot of them believes themselves like there is always a target behind their back. You gotta remember there's a target on their back, and it seems that they have started acting on it. So the police grabbed Ejimako today and they took him to an unknown location. When Shore and others finally got the wind of where they were keeping them and they went there to see them, the first thing that happened was for the same policemen to start shooting at them again. And I'm not talking about the protesters going there, right? I said Shore and a few other guys went there to go and see the arrested protesters, right? And they shot at them. It's like, shit, democracy lily by, for God's sake. Okay, they finally saw them until, according to Shore, they were supposed to actually release them. But right now, it is believed that they have been moved to another location on the order of the illegal police IG, who is currently in Colorado, in America, attending this international police something conference or so. So from there, they are still pulling strings. Sure.
No, we are leaving now. We have already spoken. We have already spoken. We are leaving.
Hello. Sorry. Sorry. Yes. We couldn't come earlier because we had to go and shut down the city. How are they now? Who gave the instruction to detain my people? Who gave the instruction? Oh, yeah. Unilag. Fantastic. What's your name? Great Akokai. They break your leg. So what's the status of the situation now?
They have made statements.
What are you writing statement for? What did you do? No, what did you do now?
We went to fight court processes.
Is that a crime?
Well, I don't know.
Are you the IPO? Are you the IPO?
Yeah, the KP.
What do they detect when Boko Haram full and everything?
You arrest them.
Yes.
Are you not aware that killing Boko Haram? Are you not aware?
Boko Haram now.
I'm not aware.
Is it the GC which for me? Yeah. Oh yeah. We don't mobilize come here with that now. We're ready for them now. We didn't want to come before because We had to go and shut down Apple and Gudu. Yes. Okay, yes, yes, we just let's go and see.
That is Nigeria. So that, according to Showore, the new commissioner of police in Abuja is doing everything to impress the IG, the legal general of police, right? To impress him. And in the process, they called to move them again. So from what I have also heard, right, is that the protest for the release of Nnamdi Kanu would actually continue for the next 5 days, because it is believed that with the action of the government today, they are not interested in anything peaceful or dialogue or anything when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu. And it has always been like that. It's always been like that. Unfortunately, right, the young Nigerians who pulled out, they pulled out 5 years ago to demand for a just country where they will be treated as citizens, respected and protected. But rather, they were met with a firing squad who shot and killed hundreds across the country. And in one single night, they shot and killed over 160 people, young people. Then they denied their death. They said, no, nobody died there at Lekki Tollgate, right? And every year, millions of Nigerians, families, friends, and all that have kept that day, which is today. They've kept it in remembrance of the victims of this ENDSARS massacre. Up till tomorrow, APC, Egbekegbe, the Al-Qaeda People's Congress, Akbayan People's Congress, they have never given any official recognition to this national tragedy. And they continue to deny it, by the way. And once in a while, they brag about it by saying, you know, if the government didn't act then, the insurrection, they call them insurrectionists, that their attempt was to hijack the government and the rest of that. Yeah. 5 years after, APC, Egbekegbe is doing everything to erase that memory. Or unfortunately, the social media, the internet won't forget that day when these, young Nigerians were slaughtered at Lekki Tollgate in Lagos. What did Kalu say? Just a throwback.
That is one. Those who suffer casualty during the gunshot need to answer some questions too. How are they there? How long were they there? What kind of characters are they? Even though we want to help, we see must extract information that will help the government to prepare in future or understand how and when to react. Because the government, the governor in particular, is a youth. This is not what we inherit. Okay?
ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmọ ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
So that was a call. He said those who were at the Lekki Tollgate, where were they there? Who were they? What kind of characters are they? You know? Are they Gator? Governor Point and Kill. At the time, ran straight to his godfather for a cover. And then we all know when the people were all fully back to legitimately send them packing, you know what happened in 2023. And then they continue to use the the killing of Nigerians who were demanding for good governance 5 years ago. They continue to use their death as a political mockery, by the way. They said, oh, do you know that ENDSARS was put together to stop Tinubu from becoming a president? Do you know that ENDSARS was put together to destroy Yoruba land? Do you know that ENDSARS they have been working over time to wipe off that memory of the evil they did. And there are those who are falling for that. Yeah, there are those who are like, I didn't know, Sha. And I was joining them to do ENDSARS. Oh, so they are doing that because of, I know now. Unfortunately, the country has become even more hostile, not just to those who have been doing everything to neutralize this APC legitimately, right? But the compromised institutions in Nigeria continue to make that impossible. Those are not the only people suffering from what Tinubu and his gang and the rest of them have done. Those who are supporting them are not even spared as well. It is just so kind of like unexplainable how retarded people can be, when their next meal is kind of like attached to how much they can sing the praises of these rogues, unfortunately. So the police, after all they did today, in that same Lekki Tollgate, where the EIE founder, Yemi Adamolekun also went to go and lay some, rich or so, the flower bouquet, right? To go and lay that for as a remembrance, so to say. Do you know what they did? They assaulted her. They shredded the entire bouquet of the flower, right? They shattered, shredded everything in the effort to ensure that, Anise, you can't keep this memory alive. Watch this. Like something that is so unnecessary that, like, why did they do that? You killed tens of people at that toll gate. The day after, they brought Loma, they brought road sweepers, and they brought bleach and all that in the glare of everybody. They were washing the blood of the people they killed at Lekki Tollgate. All these videos are on the internet. They cleaned the entire area up. They wiped the entire crime scene up. Not like they will allow any proper investigation in the first place. But Baba, in the glare of, the view of everybody, right? They brought Loma to the place to clean and wipe the entire toll gate, everything up. Then denied it. No, it never happened. It's enemy of government. People wanted to burn Nigeria. People were protesting peacefully. They were not violent. It was like, come on. You just need to make some concessions. Just make some concessions, right? And they will go back home. No. You are lying to them. They are playing this and keep and kill this trick and all that. And then the next thing, you give them ultimatum. They must vacate that place because the toll gate was losing money. Just like that. We have the video of the soldiers leaving their barracks. What's that place called again? Is it Abati or whatever it's called? They left their barracks and they drove straight down to Lekki Tollgate. All the videos are on the social media, on the internet. The APC outright, like courageously like this, they denied it. Till tomorrow, they are denying it. So everybody who tries to kind of remember these people who died unjustly, right? They will become so hostile to you. Now, when you check that video I just played now, right? You will realize that those guys who are in this brown uniform, right? They were young people. Young, if you probably deduct 5 years from their ages, they will probably be like in their 20s or early 20s if they are not going to be teenagers when this happened. Yeah. To them, they have to carry that hatred. Something that in that same contraption that their own lives, right, is worth next to nothing. Their lives could be snapped from them anytime, and they will not even be remembered. You will never ever hear, probably you will not even know their names. That's how much Nigeria arm everybody. For those who think they are given this order to go and, we are just doing our job, really. That's right. Like this police officer that went on here to deny the assaults that were captured on camera, right, today. His name is Benjamin Hundeyin. First, it was on News Central. The next, it was with Sheung denying all that we all witnessed and kind of like saved today. Hundeyin in Abuja.
Tonight.
Thanks for having me on the show tonight.
I appreciate it. Did you get a court order specifically about these protests of today?
Yes, we did. We got a court order specifically about this protest and restricting protests from certain areas like the Aso Villa, the Supreme Court, the National Assembly, Eagle Square, the Force Headquarters, and Shehu Shagari Way. And the court order says protesters are restricted from going to these areas. And as a law enforcement agency, we are duty bound to enforce that court order.
So it was the Nigerian police force that went on behalf of the IGP, went to the court. This was on Wednesday or whatever. Am I right?
On Friday.
It was on Friday. Yeah. Were you able to secure the court order? Because I understand that the court was supposed to sit on that matter today, but that never held.
Well, I'm talking about Friday. We approached the court and we got the court order.
There is a valid court order from, is it Justice Omotosho's court?
There is a valid court order from Federal High Court in Abuja, and that is what we enforced today. It came out on Friday.
So on what grounds did the police want those specific areas to be isolated from the protesters?
You see, FCT is very big. You can protest anywhere and your voices will still be heard. It will still be reported by the press. And these are critical infrastructure that needs to be protected. And don't forget that these are places where protests have happened in the past and things were destroyed. We have records of that. So it's our duty as an agency, it's our mandate to protect life and property, to ensure law and order. So whatever step we need to take to achieve that mandate is what we'll take. All lawful steps, and that was what we did. So
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Is one big nuisance. Peaceful protest, the reason why you have to protect critical infrastructure, so the reason why police will be out when you are protesting is because they want to protect critical infrastructure. So if you are doing your protest peacefully, they will just be like statues. Like you can even pretend that they are not there until when you become unruly. For instance, let's say another group of protesters join you and you start clashing. Their job at that point is to arrest those who are causing the trouble, while others are make sure that it doesn't escalate. And if it by any chance becomes so kind of like escalated, right? Their primary objective is not to shoot and kill you. It is to protect and defend the critical infrastructures because you are still exercising your right, even if in a fight. Protest is one kind multitasking sort of like exercise. So it is not where you just go and sing and dance and just, banter and the rest, take pictures. No. You are going to run. You are going to walk. At some point, you are going to become immobile, sit up, maybe like sit on the ground. Different activities that you are going to witness. That's why they tell people that if you are not fully healthy, if you have any sort of medical conditions and all that, do not participate in a protest. Because if it becomes unruly, right, and the police kind of gets involved, that they have to settle people, and the whole stampede and all of that may be very dangerous for your own health. So if you read about protest, unfortunately, Nigerian police, they are the ones who bring violence. You will see people who are peacefully coming, singing, waving their flags and, their phones and everything like that, placards. The first instinct that comes to the head of the commander of the Nigerian police in such operation is that fire! And then you'll be like, what? Why are you shooting? Fire! Fire! And the next thing is going to start feeling powerful, like, yeah, scatter them, shoot them. Like we witnessed during the ENDSARS. People were not unruly. They were not violent. They gathered in a way. And those who wanted to run their businesses, they know where the protest grounds were. I mean, these were places where it wouldn't even affect your traffic, but the police will have to make it worse, create violence, so that they could have a reason to shoot and kill. And then afterward, they would deny. Like this guy. Told you he went to 2 TV stations. Where is the second one?
There's been no attack on journalists. I know for a fact that a few people were arrested this morning, and when it turned out that one of them was a journalist, that journalist was released immediately. So journalists and the press have nothing to fear. The police has no intention of attacking the press.
Okay, so if you look at the video, there's a video footage, I don't know if you can see it on your screen, where the military and the police literally went to a identified and branded press vehicle, our new central vehicle. I mean, they're easily identified. They're not protesting. They're in a vehicle. So what would you then in your own defense say the reason was for them to approach the vehicle in that manner? You can see him slapping our journalist around.
Well, I'm seeing this just now for the first time, but I can say that we have no reason to suppress the press, and this will be investigated. For journalists, for the press, they are partners with the police, and when we have cases like this and there are barricades, even if journalists are coming to cover things, I think they would need also, but I don't know what this case is about, but just to be clear, when there are barricades, even if journalists are covering these events, they also need to respect these barricades and zoom in and take their videos from afar. But this particular case, this video is coming to my attention now, and to be looked, there is no...
The
police officer tell you the truth. In Nigeria, or more, you would have to kind of like wake up properly, because their job is to lie. I mean, police are supposed to find the truth, document them, because not doing that simply means they are not doing their job. And the dereliction of duty itself is a crime of a police officer. Do you understand? So they are then, he denied. Even as they are showing him on the screen, he was like, oh yeah, I didn't see that one. But he's got a lot to say about why they had to shoot at people today. Even when the areas their court said, oh, people should not go here, they shouldn't go there, they shouldn't go there. The areas that the court did not say people should not assemble, these guys still went there shooting to harm. So Maiyegun's Diary Political is a place where you can come back in 5 years' time, just like if you want to catch up on what happened during the ENDSARS, just like you are watching this right now, like as it happened, the day it happened and all that, right? In kind of like documented in the diary here. If you go onto Maiyegun's Diary Political and you search for ENDSARS October 2020 on Maiyegun's channel on YouTube, you can get some probably fresh, raw report on what really happened and how and what they did. I was actually very much raw then than now. Got me a lot of sanctions on YouTube because I was like, no, you can't be sharing that kind of video. Don't share that. You get what I mean? So we are going to roll back in a few years' time to this time or this period when these characters, the time, will likely be standing trial for their own atrocities, every one of them. But is that possible? 100%. Just give it time, right? That's why I continue to say they should keep pushing it. They should, in fact, continue to believe in their impunity of waiting I want to. You can't do anything. It's a good thing on its own because in their own supposed warped confidence, right, lies their own ruin or destruction. Yeah, we are tilting towards that. Now, going a little bit away from the protest or the protested ground, here is an old man who is a victim of this same thing we are talking about, that in fact triggered and continue to fuel the acceptance of the idea of everybody should go their separate ways if this is what Nigeria will become for everybody. This is not what everybody signed up for. As much as our own ancestors were not really given that much a choice in this contraption called Nigeria, right? But still, I don't think there's any part where they agreed, right, that the time will come that a part of, a tribe, right, that is not to be part of this contraption they want to form, will rise up one day and they will have the license to kill with impunity across the country. And they will also have immunity from prosecution. And we would have no right to do anything other than just to follow whatever it is they want us to do. Terrorists are killing people and they are demanding, they are actually rolling out conditions. They will kidnap people, collect ransom, kill some of them, do all sort of horrible things to others, right? And then they will still appear in the midst of government officials, security officials, and they will say they are doing peace talk with the terrorists. This old man was kidnapped about 2 months ago. These people have paid, they said they have paid over 10 million naira ransom. This was from a fellow local government area of Kwara State. After ransom was paid, the old man was released. He couldn't believe it. You know, if you watch this video, right, it's a very short clip, right? And you see these reactions of the reaction of this old man, right? You can tell that he probably is one of the kinds that in their wildest imagination or dream, they never, ever imagine to finding themselves in this kind of situation where they got kidnapped from their own farm in their own town. And then they lived in the forest for months, only to buy back their lives by paying ransom. I'll show you. I'll say that again. Oh, let me show you that old man.
Baba.
You get what I was trying to describe earlier? He was supposed to be happy. You know what I mean? He was supposed to be like happy. Say, oh, thank you. Thank you for saving. You know, that kind of a thing. No, he's broken inside. You know, sleepless nights where they have probably threatened to kill him. And he's been waiting for them to kill him. Somebody would never believe he could actually be in that situation. That is what Nigeria is. Until it happens to you, which I don't wish it on you. I don't wish any of that on anybody. It's one of the things that you should never even wish on your worst enemy. You have no idea. So the old man probably felt like, me. And that's how many other people who have become the victims of these terrorists. That's how they feel. Broken inside. And that's the beauty. The beauty of this whole thing is what you just saw. Nobody goes back to go and check on how they are mentally coping, the victims of this kidnapping, this terrorism. The survivors, I mean. I don't think anybody goes back there to actually check on their mental health, what they witnessed, what they saw, how they are coping, and any help they need. It is Nigeria. You will figure it out. You find out how to cope. You should be grateful that it didn't kill you. Because to them, that's the worst. Forgetting the fact that there are so many people right now who are suffering from the trauma of this kidnapping and all that, those who survived it, and they will never remain the same for the rest of their lives again. And the number is increasing. That is the concern. That is the problem. Do you understand what it's going to be like to start what they call the rehabilitation? Mental rehabilitation for the victims of terrorism in Nigeria, when this whole terrorism is finally done for. And the terrorists have been, part of the healing will be for the terrorists to be brought to book, and they should also face justice for their crimes, not to be pardoned by Operation Safe Corridor. That will be part of the healing. Do you know the number of people that would need, communities, towns, that would need serious mental healing for them to at least manage to come back from the dark space or dark place that the experience has sort of like pushed them to? Do you ever think of that? So the more you have this insecurity, these killings and all these atrocities continue to be swept under the carpet, using media propaganda, paying influencers to keep changing the narrative, continue to give, this their own painted propaganda and the rest of that. The victims continue to pile, including children who watched their loved ones slaughtered. And the same children are watching those who killed their parents, who killed their loved ones, who destroyed their homes. They are watching them being like worshipped, like they are some sort of freedom fighters who came to kind of like protect them, sort of. That's what they are pushing. The children are seeing all of that, exposed to violence. They're going to end up somewhere. And guess what? Majority of them will end up in the areas where they've suffered this trauma, because, well, they mostly will become refugees. They are carrying all these traumas, these experiences, this mindset. They are, and including their hatred for those who claim to be the leader of Nigeria. They are carrying all of this around, and they are migrating across the country. And that is the country that APC, Ekbekebe, is building for us. The same country that our own children, our children will also still live in. Knowing what you know, would you just go to bed and be like, it's not that deep until you become a victim too? One Fulani boy made a video not far from where these kidnappings are taking place. And it was like, they are always complaining about Fulani, but see, when they want to do any burial, they are the ones who are always eating these cows and all of that. So because people are eating cows, then they have to pay with their lives. Are the people, for instance, are the southerners who are eating your cows, are they stealing the cows? Or are they buying them or paying for them? So what is the business of the farmers and the rural communities when it comes to the loving of your cows? Fulani boy.
Lady Buan Apakana Yoba Lori Bunia, Lady Buruku on Feflani, Lady Buruku, Flanis and Damalu Ganje. Niba Panda Kuma Gamba Kuna Bati Pamalu Bai, Tisoku Baba, Lady Buruku, no, the Feflani, Lori Burukuni, who and you battle Japan and Fena Buku can't have Flani, all on your batting. I knew need die solely, Lori Burukuni, Yala and Elari. Ọmọlẹ́ ìbáṣẹ ni wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ti Fúlàní ẹ̀yin tẹ́jọ́ mọ́ àlẹ́.
ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmọ ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
A Fulani boy that speaks Yoruba very fluently was there cursing all of you who are always against the Fulani. Nobody is against the Fulani. Let's be very clear, please. I am not against any Fulani because we do not really have any reason to have anything against us. We are not sharing any border with Fulani. There is no, what do you call it, Fulani origin in Yoruba land, so to say, except for, that one get Lake. However, I have no reason to have, if the Fulani stays in the Fulani land and the Yoruba stays in Yoruba land, I don't have any reason to have anything against Fulani, but I have everything against the Fulani terrorists. Fulani terrorists that are kidnapping and killing the innocent people, being forced to pay ransom to buy back their lives. Those are the people we are talking about. And you only get upset or mad if you are a terrorist and you are also a Fulani. Do you get what I mean? Because there are some of you who are like a closet terrorists. Okay, you easily hide behind, oh, they are profiling also. They are calling all, nobody is calling all Fulanis terrorists. But out of every 10 terrorists you see, right? 7 out of 10 terrorists you see, they put together, 7 of them are Fulanis. They have the largest army of terrorists in Nigeria right now. Not even the ISWAP, Lakurawa, Wolonto. No, there's another one, or they call it that one, Wolontonto or something like that. They are based in Karibi. No, if you combine all these guys together, they do not have the number of the fighters that are currently massively distributed among these Fulani terrorist warlords. They are not rearing cows. These are guys who are walking about with war weapons, guns that, are supposed to be used during the war. So they are not Fulani as men. They are Fulani terrorists. So if you are a Fulani terrorist or a terrorist apologist, that's what you're going to turn it into. And I don't know why you are all calling Fulani terrorists. Nobody's calling Fulani terrorists. We are calling out the Fulani terrorists. We are not calling the Fulanis terrorists, except if you are a closet one, the one that is hiding his own, that appreciates these killings because you couldn't do it. A coward like yourself would rather hide behind your phone to either gaslight the victims of these killings, like you are doing right now, gaslighting the victims of the killings by trying to say, calling out the Fulani terrorist means they are calling Fulani terrorist. No, nobody's calling Fulani terrorist, but not me. Or I have shared, not only that I have called out the Fulani terrorist, I have shown evidence of the Fulani terrorists here, including those ones who are not carrying guns, who are in different political offices, the terrorist enablers. I have shared them on this platform. So that people want to eat your cow does not warrant that they have to pay with their lives. Nobody is being given the cow for free. You won't eat your cows, right? Sell them through the normal channel, not by coming with war weapons to then ask people to part with their lands, your land or your life. Who does that? The chief of army staff, Musa, said for every soldier that goes to the theater of war, especially in the northern part of Nigeria where they are facing the Boko Haram, that it is actually a failure for a soldier to go to the theater of war and not kill at least one Boko Haram. Make them your target in his new video.
Getting more recruits into the system, both the Army, Air Force, Navy, and other paramilitary, will ensure that nobody stays more than 2 years. So that you come and do your own beat and go. And it is not just to come and sleep. You come and make sure you look for Boko Haram and kill. Anybody who comes to theater and finishes without killing one Boko Haram is not complete. So you must make sure before you go. Don't be so. That's the only way we can finish them. Look for them. They should not be looking for us. We should be looking for them. It's not to go and sit down and wait until they attack or we repel. No. We're getting more recruits into
talk. Nigerian military have been playing, they have been playing defensive against these murderous terrorists for a while, right? They have all it takes to wipe them out, but they won't do it because they are compromised. So Musa is telling them there that you have to kill one, you have to kill two, and the rest, But why are they not treating the Fulani terrorists as Boko Haram terrorists? Their modus operandi, their style of operation is similar, right? They come in the middle of the night, they attack, vulnerable communities, and they kill and kill, burn their properties. When they are done, they will even take some people for, for ransom. That's the modus operandi of the Boko Haram, nearly. So why are they not treating them like that? Or talk. That's what I see it as. So cutting down and killing Boko Haram and at the same time building a train that will bring more of them from Niger Republic doesn't sound smart to me. Okay. So the only project that Boko Haram started from scratch but didn't see to the end before he died officially is that Kanu Maradi rail. Nigeria, when Rotifmi Amechi Ubima Judas Iscariot was your Minister of Transport, right? He went on to use Nigeria name to apply for a 3.5 billion euro loan from this European Union or so. And the money was to construct nearly 1,000-kilometer long rail track from Kano to Niger Republic. I've been speaking on this for a while, and I've also been following it as well. So, since it is a loan-funded project, it seems it continues and it's ongoing. The terrorists won't really need to trek. They won't really need to drive through the desert. They will soon be hopping on a train. And then, well, say no more. Here, update from Maradi, Kano Maradi, single train to Niger Republic. Short. And the guy that facilitated that, Rotifmi Amechi, has no regret, by the way, but he is currently challenging Tinubu, who is also constructing a 750 kilometers Lagos Calabar expressway or highway or coastal road. All of the above. So Rotifmi Amechi was kind of like challenging that a coastal road, if they give him 3 trillion naira, he will construct and complete the east-west road, which is similar to the coastal road, the blah. But I didn't think of that for straight like 7 or 7.5 years that he was a minister under Bukuwari. So, but I was seeing somewhere recently when he was talking about his fight or the disagreement with Goodluck Ebere Jolantan. And as usual, right, he was telling the story that sounded more or less like he's talking to some stupid people. Maybe he himself is kind of like a so like dumb that way, right? I'm still going to share it with you. I'm sorry, right? But mind you, like the broadcast if you haven't already, okay? Like it and share it. And even subscribe onto Maiyegun's Diary Political if you haven't already, okay? Here is Ubima, Judas Iscariot, Rotifmi, Amici, talking about his fight with Ebere Jolantan.
As a governor, I was chairman of Governors Forum. How many times? Why you won't miss the second time? Because the second time was very problematic, right? The president swore that he would stop me. The president, and I will tell you a bit of the story because I thought I should spare you. When I heard that he was going to stop me, I met the later and I said, please tell the president not to get involved. That if he gets involved and I defeat him, or I get elected, the story won't be that I defeated that candidate. The story will be that I defeated the president. And let me tell you why I went and I was scared that if I defeated that candidate as I thought I would win, they will say I defeated the president. The president will take it very personal and fight me with all the might that he has as a president. So I was trying to pull him out of it so that the shame would be on whoever ran against me. Unfortunately, he refused to withdraw. He did everything possible, called my colleagues to stop me. Even sent people to speak to me not to run. I insisted on running. And I said, let me fail on the field. I remember one day I went to Cross River to see my friend, the governor of Cross River State. We sat down to eat. I got there about 8-9. We sat down to eat. Suddenly, I saw him approach me. I won't tell you the details, but let me just say what he approached me for. He approached me and said, don't run. I said, you? He said, yes, don't run what? He said, the chairmanship of... Instantly, I left the food. I was very hungry. Left the food about 8-9, entered my car, reversed my car, straight back to Port Harcourt. While driving back to Port Harcourt, I nearly ran into the river because I was sleeping while driving. But ended up in my house by 1 a.m. The rest is history, is it not? Because I eventually won the chairmanship of Governors Forum for the second term. And let me tell you what happened that night. When I won the chairmanship, I was a bit scared. I said, gosh, the president will feel bad. Because I knew what would be on the headline the next morning. What was on the headline? I mentioned defeats Goodluck Jonathan. Meanwhile, I was running for presidency. And the president took it very personal. What did I do? I visited the SGF, Pius Ayim. And don't forget, as I saw Anene, I also saw Pius Ayim to tell the president not to get involved in this election. Whether he did it or not, I don't know, but at the end of the day, we ran the election. I told Pius Ayim, I'd like to see the president now, because I was looking for how to reduce his anger. Pius Ayim told me, go and resign if you must see the president. And I told him, I will not resign. I'm ready for the consequences of this election. Before I ran the election, I knew there would be consequences and I was ready for it. And then I left Pius. And the battle continues. Yeah, some people address press, and I will tell you one that will make you to laugh. My friend, the governor of Anambra State, was among those who were going around, right? Governor B, going around and telling people that I did not win and all that. Unfortunately for the two of us, we met at Holy Trinity in Abuja, right? The one at Maitama. While kneeling down before at the altar, he was not by my side, and I said to him, Governor B, you're here. He said, yes. You are telling Nigerians that I didn't win the election. If you move forward to the altar and swear before.
He has no job. He has.
Yeah. That's the way it's kind of like sounding, but I just wanted to have it on record. You get what I mean? You know? So finally, Omoyele Sowore did respond to Onofunuga's statements concerning the protests and what he called in. I think we shouldn't leave that out before we wrap it up. Sure. His response.
I would like you to react to the presidency's call that Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer should be dealt with for joining the protest while the case is still in court.
Who said that?
Bayo Onanuga.
No, I don't think.
I am Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. I protested. And I'll be begging them here to arrest me. Mandela. Yes.
What's his lawyer's offense?
Yes.
What would be the offense of what basis? What would be the basis for arresting his lawyers for protesting?
This guy, sir, we're asking you a question. On what basis?
On what basis did he say they should arrest him?
That he's not supposed to join the protest while the case is still in court.
So is there any code of conduct of lawyers that say they can't protest?
Yes.
Best lawyers, one of the best protesters.
The lawyer has a separate constitution, and the other Nigerians have a separate constitution. It's one constitution they have. The lawyer is a person, and the same right
if they don't release Nnamdi Kanu, senior advocates of Nigeria will join this.
Yes.
APC police force.
Doctors will join this protest.
Yes.
Even surgeons, like people who say no get time, nurses, everybody will join.
We'll join.
We're about to announce another date, and that one will be bigger. It will be the mother of all protests.
Exactly.
So they have a chance now. You know, when we were saying it, they thought it was a play. They thought it was play a few days ago when we say we are going to shut down this Abuja. Nothing happened in Abuja today. Even the judge that gave the order that we should not do protest, asked us to come back today. I heard he did not sit. He couldn't make it to his office. So we are not playing. But we are working together. The legally arrested protesters.
Okay, to the FCT police and how they were shooting tear gas at every other person. What would be your message to him? See that he just assumed.
I don't message police because I know that we are going to have to fight for them again. You know, when they don't pay their pension and gratuity. Yes. Is to let them know anybody who is actively oppressing others now. They should look at what is happening to the former policemen who used to oppress others. They see them. We are the one fighting for them. So, if you like, keep supporting oppression. It will get to you.
I would like you to react.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the lockdown is the best solution to coronavirus and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger. Because some people will be at indoor. There's no a way to make our own life. I'm highly disappointed.
Thank you, Prof. And on that note, right, I am going to wrap it up, get an early break tonight, and then get ready for tomorrow. So thank you so much for your time, everyone. And if you haven't really shared the broadcast, please do, right? At the same time, if you haven't subscribed to Maiyegun, do so as well. I'm going to see you another time. And until then, stay safe and enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook. ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Naibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Naibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Naibi number one. Maiyegun Diary Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary Naibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Naibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Naibi number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó. Maiyegun Diary Naibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Presido bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàbò.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.